So who was the best fighters in the Kronk that you came across? Who would you say was the best, apart from yourself?
The best fighters?
Yeah.
There's a guy named John David Jackson.
I know him very well.
Braxton.
Yes.
John Braxton.
John Braxton.
Man, he was, Braxton and the guy named Lindell Holmes.
I know Lindell Holmes. I don't know John. I know David Braxton.
Lindell Holmes hit me with a left hook on my arm one time, and I jumped my ass right out the ring.
Wow.
I said, "You'll never hit me again, buddy." He threw a left hook, and I blocked it, and I'm in excellent condition. I got my ass and, man, I'm getting the hell out of here. He was a beast, man. And Hurley Sneed, actually, the guys who didn't win world titles were the real fighters. The guys that won world titles got lucky.
Yeah.
Because they never kept them. They win a title and lose in their first title defense. Okay, well, you just got lucky. Manny Stewart managed you well.
Yeah.
So, there was a big, there was a lot of guys, man. Jimmy Paul, Tommy Hearns, Milt McCoy.
Yeah.
Those guys were, and Hill McKenzie, those guys. Hill McKenzie was a good fighter.
Yeah. He was the first.
He made a lot of mistakes, but he was a good fighter.
Okay.
But those guys had their time when they had their time. At the point he was at his point where he could win a world title, and man, you could put him in there with the right guy, boom, he won it.
Yeah.
Tommy Hearns came along with the title where he could win the title and put him in there with the right guy, boom, he won the title. Because Tommy Hearns, we would beat the hell out of Tommy in the gym, man.
Wow.
Man, we beat the hell out of him in the gym.
Damn.
Man, I mean, and I don't even see half the sparring partners he had, man. Tommy, man, I saw him not too long ago. He looks good. He's still talking good, man. But
yeah,
woo, man, I know some guys that was really hitting him hard. Like I tell you, one guy who should have been a world champion. Doggone it, his name is right on the tip of my tongue. What's his kid's name? Oh man, I can't think of his name.
Okay.
He was a middleweight. He beat Sims. He was a middleweight.
Sims.
He beat Sims. The white guy Sims. He beat Sims. It beat Sims on national television.
Robbie Sims. Doug DeWitt, not Doug DeWitt. No.
No, he had what's his name? He's right here in Milwaukee.
Not Darren Van Horn.
Dangerous Don Lee.
Dangerous Don Lee. Okay.
Dangerous Don Lee, man, was a beast.
Yes. Dangerous
Don Lee, man, he was incredible. He was the most conditioned fighter out of everybody, but he was crazy as hell too.
Okay.
He would get out in the desert, man, like we'd be 5 miles away from the training camp, and he would stop to make the truck driver let him out. Bus driver let him out, and then ask him, is it one road? Does it get there? Either one road, and he'd take off running. And he'd run all the way to the training camp.
Wow.
In the desert, in the hot desert, man. He'd get there and eat. He was cool. He was a conditioned freak, man.
I remember they brought him over to England as an opponent for Tony Simpson, man. And they
Tony Simpson,
they miscalculated, man. He just knocked him out. I was like, wow, who's this guy here?
Yeah, he was a tremendous fighter, man.
I want to correct you on something though, but I might be wrong. You said John Braxton and David Braxton, surely.
John David Jackson, that's the guy that I fought. But I fought him for the WBO title.
Oh,
he was I couldn't hit him like I wanted to. I gambled with that fight. I said, okay, I'm gonna wait until he stands still long enough, and I'm gonna hit him with his right hand. I knocked him down, and I should have threw an uppercut instead of throwing a straight right hand. If I'd have threw the uppercut, I'd have knocked him cold.
Yeah.
He was waiting on me to throw that straight right hand. I threw it, and he ducked and grabbed me head on for the whole round.
Yeah. He's quite a successful trainer these days now.
Yeah, he is, guys. But see, now guys like that, man, he'll be a good trainer because he was a world champion. He was a respected world champion.
Yeah.
And, he didn't get into none of the shenanigans outside the ring.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to take a guy a long way. I just seen Aaron Pryor and he was at a Maine Stewart funeral. Also, oh my gosh.
The Hawk.
The Hawk. The fighter he was, man, it just, and I don't know how many fights he had, but it seemed like he had them 2 fights with Alexis Arguello, and that was it.
Yeah. After that, he sort of like, I think after the Leonard fight didn't materialize. You see,
Yeah, Leonard didn't want to fight him.
Yeah.
Leonard didn't want to fight a lot of guys. You know, Leonard, he was I don't know, he was a hell of a fighter, but you know, a guy got to be managed properly, man. That's the part of being managed, man. You just don't get out there like Ali did. Yeah. Ali fought every damn body. Ali didn't get the ban.
Well,
you know, Ali fought everybody.
Yeah. Like, as well as entertaining the people and fighting everybody, you have to look after your own health and your money. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
When the lights go out from the ring lights, you still got your life to live. You know?
Yeah.
And that's always got to be taken into consideration. You know?
Right.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. And I got a question. You're calling me from England?
Yes, from London.
Wow. Let's see. I was there a while back in Heathrow Airport. I know that's changed over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been there.
From London. So
how's boxing going on over there?
Well, Kell Brook is going to challenge Devin Alexander for the title. I think he's got a good chance of winning it. We've got a few guys who think they can win the heavyweight title, like Tyson Fury, David Price.
Yeah.
Them guys. It's not in that great shape, really.
Right. Them Klitschko brothers, I just saw them for the first time, man. Them some big old dudes, man.
Yeah.
Those are some humongous guys.
You see, but everyone says, oh, they're big guys and they would have beat this guy from the past. But here's my argument, right? They might be big guys, but I think the heavyweights from your era, they fought with a different spirit.
They would kill him. Yeah, they would kill him.
Yeah.
I think Tyrell Biggs would have outboxed him. I think Holyfield would have probably annihilated him. Tyson would have killed either one of them in any day.
Yeah.
You know, any day. You know, there's a bunch of guys. Let's see, Pinklin Thomas. Pinklin Thomas
is good, man, on his day.
Yeah. Pinklin Thomas. Let's see here.
Witherspoon.
Michael Dokes.
Yep.
Lennox Lewis is a good fighter, but he didn't become a. You know, I remember when Lennox Lewis first came to the United States, and Manuel Stewart, I took his hand like a baby and helped and showed him how to move around the ring because he was such a flat-footed fighter from the amateurs.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to remind him of that last time I saw him, but I didn't get a chance to talk to him too much. But you know, I showed him how to move, man. But he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I think because any other trainer, Emmanuel Stewart had him fighting perfect for his height.
Emmanuel Stewart saved his career.
Yeah, Emmanuel saved him. Yeah. Emmanuel Stewart, but no doubt. Emmanuel Stewart had him fighting perfect for his height.
Yep.
He you know, he loved heavyweights because some big heavyweights, he'd let him eat. Go ahead, eat all you want. Just stay in shape.
Yep.
Eat all you want. We want you heavy and solid. You know, so you can lean on guys. He taught you how to lean on a guy properly. Put the pressure on him. Put the weight on him.
Yep.
You know, and then when they get tired of that, then you light them up.
Exactly.
But I don't think the Klitschko brothers would be successful now without Emmanuel Stewart.
No, I don't think. Well, he only trained Vladimir, and until Vladimir was getting knocked out left, right, and center, man. Yeah, without a doubt.
If a guy goes at the Klitschko brothers and don't pay attention to them and just be determined and just kick their ass and don't give a damn where they hit them.
Yeah.
If a guy trains like that, he'll beat them. But if a guy wants to try to outbox them, you're not going to outbox them because they're going to stay away. They're masters at being elusive and avoiding a fight. But if a guy wants to go in there and just kick ass and don't give a damn about getting hit or give a damn about where he hit him, that's who's going to win the world title.
Well, you see, you hit it on the nail. The last hard fight that Vitali, who's the better out of the two brothers, had was when he fought Derek Chisora from the UK. And Derek Chisora, he basically went in there and said, yo, let's fight. And he went to fight. And he gave him a war. And you're right. That's what I keep telling these guys. You keep looking at the size, but it's no point you being big and you haven't got the heart.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm a ready and available trainer, and I've got the odds to beat 90% of most of the guys in the United States that are of recognition and of, you know, everybody has a certain style.
Yeah.
And most people stick to their style.
Yeah.
And the way to beat a person is to change your opponent's style. Make him fight a different kind of fight.
Right, that's right.
You know, and a lot of guys don't know how to train a guy in order, you know, I was blessed with strategists, guys that I've worked with over the years. Guys know how to strategize. Like, look, my brother, for one, he was a strategist. He showed me, hey, man, you got to do this. You want to win this fight, you got to out-jab this guy.
Yeah.
My philosophy was knocking the hell out. He said, no, you got to whoop this guy with the jab because this guy is trying to outdo you with the jab. Like, I fought Thomas Tate. And Thomas Tate beat me in split decision. But he's like, if you would have jabbed him, out-jabbed him, that's what was beating you. But he was scared of your jab.
Yeah. That's true.
So I'm like, okay. Different things like that. You know, there's different ways to fight Klitschko's because they're going to fight one way.
Yeah.
You know, so I know how Manuel taught him. I know what Emmanuel taught him. There's a few trainers that Emmanuel trained. There's one kid named, shucks, I don't think his name. It's Thomas. We call him Trouble Man.
Okay, Thomas.
Trouble Man. His last name is Thomas. I can't think of his first name yet.
Dwayne Thomas? Not Dwayne
Say
Thomas.
it again?
Not Dwayne Thomas.
No, Dwayne Thomas is dead. It's a young guy. He's about 35 years old. He was just like Emmanuel Stewart's understudy. I used to keep the kid used to stay with me all the time, stay at my house. He was a good fighter, but Emmanuel loved him. He used to always be training with Emmanuel, not Harold Knight. Harold Knight is an excellent trainer.
Junior lightweight. He was a junior. He was a good fighter as well.
Yeah.
Harold the Shadow.
But this guy here didn't fight much.
Oh man, it's bugging my head. I need to know who that is now. His surname. What years did he fight? Give me. What years did he fight? Any opponents?
Who's that?
No, this guy Thomas. I'm trying to think of his first name.
Thomas had a few fights, and he was like my son, man. He stayed with me all the time, and I cannot think of his first name because his nickname was Trouble Man.
Trouble Man.
Yeah, we used to call him Trouble Man, but that was only with people who knew him well. We was calling him Trouble Man.
Right.
And I know as soon as I get off the phone, I'm gonna think of his doggone name.
Yeah, I know.
You know, sooner or later, the Carey's brothers will call me, and then I'll be back on a flight back to Paris getting it in.
Excellent. Okay. We'll put out the word for that without a doubt, champ. You know what I mean?
You know, and if they don't call me, I'll be getting my promoter's license here in about another month and a half. I'll promote my own comeback.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And that's the best way to do it anyway.
Yeah. Definitely so.
You know.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
Hopefully we can do it again in a few months, maybe.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
Peace, brother.
All right. Thank you, man.
All right.
God bless you.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.